All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever found yourself wondering, how am I really doing financially? Well, today we're cracking open a new analysis that tries to answer just that, looking ahead to the year 2026.
And look, the analysis pulls no punches. It kicks off with a question that, let's be honest, we've all probably asked ourselves at some point. Are you falling behind? It's a heavy one, for sure. But it's exactly why we need to dig into what these numbers actually mean.
Okay, so before we jump into any big, scary numbers, we've got to make sure we're all speaking the same language. Let's start with the absolute basics. What is net worth, anyway? You know, it sounds complicated, but it's actually a really simple and super powerful idea. Basically, you take everything you own and you subtract everything you owe. That final number, that's your net worth. It's pretty much the single best snapshot of where you stand financially. So let's break that down. On one side of the ledger, you've got your assets. That's all the good stuff, the cash in your bank, your investments, your house, your 401k. And on the other side, that's the liabilities, the stuff you owe. We're talking mortgages, student loans, that car payment, credit card balances. You just subtract the owe column from the own column and boom, that's it.
All right, now that we've got the basics covered, it's time for the main event. Let's talk about the number that's at the very heart of this entire analysis.
So the folks behind this report, they've crunched all the numbers, they've looked at all the trends, and they've come up with a projection, a new average benchmark for what net worth is going to look like in 2026. And here it is, just over $1 million. To be exact, $1,042,000. Now I want you to just sit with that number for a second, because depending on who you are and where you are in your life, that figure might sound absolutely massive, or maybe it sounds about right. Or hey, maybe you've already passed it.
But that leads to the real question, doesn't it? What does an average like that actually tell us? I mean, really?
This is so important. We have to go beyond that single number because averages can be, well, they can be liars. The truth is always buried in the details. Think about it, right? If you put 9 regular people in a room with a billionaire, the average person in that room is now a 100 millionaire. It's a meaningless number that tells you nothing about the 9 people who are, normal. And I absolutely love this analogy here. It's perfect. An average is like saying the temperature of an entire country. It doesn't tell you anything about the scorching desert heat or the freezing cold up in the mountains. It completely smooths over the reality on the ground.
And this chart right here, this is Exhibit A. Just look at how much this number changes with age. If you're under 35, the benchmark is closer to $120,000. Then, between 35 and 54, it jumps way up to $750,000. And for folks 55 and over, it rockets up to $1.8 million. I mean, that just goes to show you where you are in life and your career. It's a massive factor.
And it's not just age either. It's also about your style, your personal strategy. You've got the savers, right? They're all about stacking cash, high savings rates, playing it safe for that steady climb. And then you've got the investors. They're playing a different game. They're in the market, taking on more risk. Sure, it's going to be a bumpier ride, but that's where you get that powerful long-term growth from compounding. Totally different approaches, totally different results. Okay, so you might be thinking, if this $1 million number isn't a goal I should be aiming for, then why are we even talking about it? Why does it matter? That's a great question. We need to zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. Because these benchmarks, they're way more than just numbers on a page. Think of them as a health check for the whole country's economy. They're what policymakers look at when they're making big decisions. They give us a stark look at trends in wealth inequality. And yeah, for you and me, they give us some much-needed context for our own financial journeys. So, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. This is not a scorecard. It's not a grade on your financial report card. It's not about whether you're winning or losing. All it is a snapshot. It's a picture of the wider economy at a single moment in time. And that really leaves us with one last huge question to chew on. If this is the so-called average we're looking at for 2026, and we now know just how much of the real story is hidden inside that number, what does that say about where we're all headed? What does the future of wealth in our society actually look like? That's a question that's way bigger than any one number, and it gets to the heart of everything.